Hello, my name is Tobias, and today we're watching episode 11 of A Winter Sun Wakes the Wind and Spring Hills His Dream. It is the day after I watched episode 10. I was so tired yesterday. I feel kind of bad about the intro that I did in episode 10 because I think a lot of people who it was not targeted at felt bad, and most likely the people that I was intended to target don't care at all. But a lot of people reach out to me, both in the comments and privately, to be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I left this comment." Y'all, you are not the problem. You are not the problem. Especially because I record this and put it on YouTube and Patreon. Patreon is so nice. Patreon, if you're commenting and engaging with me on Patreon, you guys are sweethearts. You're not the problem. I think where I was yesterday night was just I got back. I always like review how people, you know, is receiving the previous episode just in case I missed anything. And particularly with episode 9, there was just so many people on YouTube and in my private chats that were telling me a bunch of stuff. Those were the things that were bothering me at that point. It was not you, okay? I get, and don't worry too much about the tone. Like, everyone on Patreon is so nice. Most people on YouTube are also super nice. Like, I just delete the comments that I think, and I've made this very clear, like, I am all for constructive feedback. I'm all for, people giving me feedback on how they think I should do it. But if it's unkind, girl, I'm not even listening. And if you have something to say, why are you telling me in a private DM? Tell me in public. I don't care. But I just wanted to clarify that I was also in a pretty bad state yesterday and have been for a while. So I think it was just, it's a lot easier for you to feel overwhelmed by it. But I think I slept. I had a good morning, except I got a Greek wrap and there were freaking olives in it. And if you're Greek or if you like olives, I respect you. I hate olives. I hate olives. Maybe I need to learn how to like olives. I hate olives. So that kind of ruined my morning, but we're back. We're watching episode 11. It is 10 minutes longer than the usual time. Why? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. There are also no small theaters for this. So that gives me two things. There's most likely no intimate reactions between Qinglong and Changyang because most of the small theaters are that. So are they gonna drift further apart? I think so. But happy weekend, y'all. Sending all my precious love to y'all and to myself.
今天深山寺的拍摄素材，我用网盘发给你，其他人的都删了，只给你留一份。
谢了，仪式结束我就先撤了。
放心，我在。
没什么不放心的。晴天每年都进山。你们这个纪录片要拍多久啊？
江导说春茶季结束，再延拍1个月，差不多。
5月底了。
你综艺拍多久
？2个月吧。
What? That's how long it takes?
有时间我就来你这边玩。
There's a suitcase. Oh no. The very beginning. And then there's tea.
盲选一个。你看到茶色就选是吧？
还我。
蓝色这串适合你，你的名字是晴朗，晴朗的天是蓝色的。阿嬷说这串代表爱情，换不换？
茶色代表什么？
这串代表视野，大地的颜色，是土壤，是根基。
我走了。
哎
See, it's very paradoxical, I feel, right? Because I think he picked the tea color bracelet because it reminds him of Chongyang. But the representation of the bracelet is like kind of counterintuitive to what he actually wants, right? Like I think he loves Changyang. That's why he's choosing all the things that he's doing. But then the bracelet he chose symbolizes career professionalism. So there's that paradox where like two things are like,
那我们得选喽。
风清朗，巨矫情一人。
挺好的。
文书哥，你现在要是出手，我还是支持你的。虽然我觉得我哥配不上你。
你是在抬高我，还是在贬低常阳？
little bit of
王
both.
八绿豆，谁知道呢？走。
Oh, Wenshu, you are in love.
别人进去，阿嬷怎么没给手串？
阿嬷盯着我说了一串话，没听懂。但最后阿嬷给我手链的时候，我能感受到她的祝福。
应该是在欢迎你，茶山的精灵王子。
楚大哥，你搬上去就行。
哎，好。
江导，你们把设备放那里边。
好。
我们这里有2间卧室，还可以收拾出来2间，但是我们都是大床，没有标间，要想一下怎么安排。我师傅那儿可以住，1楼可以开会。
So this is for the documentary.
徐总，行李要搬进来吗？
江导，
哎，
大床行吗？
哎呀，感谢徐总，您咋安排都行。
Why would a master
今天-
bedroom not be okay?
你安排一下房间，
There's a cat.
如果住不下的话，我就催你找间民宿。
Are they gonna
民
sleep
宿开
together?
销太大，
He's rich.
哥有钱，
你
Yeah.
有钱也不能乱花，要花在正地方。我去安排。楚大哥，你跟江导住一间房行不行？他不介意。
行，有啥不行？我先去拿行李。
好的。文书哥，你就住长阳房间吧，这样别人也不会动他东西。我去我师傅家住。
你师傅家太远了，来回跑折腾。不行，我去傅老师家住吧。
你俩住一屋得了，我看了，床挺大，够睡。
文书哥，我帮你把衣服挂起来。
Oh, honey. You have to.
今天
啊，
我睡觉挺老实的，但不太习惯穿上衣，所以我出门没带。
我看看长阳衣柜里有没有。
你要是觉得
不会，
那就好。
是新的。
徐总，江导说一会儿下来开个会，把拍摄计划定一下。
我就不去了，我去，他们会不自在。
This reminds me when I was in high school and I was getting to know this guy. We were strangers at this point, but eventually we were not strangers, if that makes sense. And we had to share a bed in the mountains, and it was one bed. And he asked me the same question, except he asked, "Oh, I sleep naked. Is that okay?" And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are people so comfortable? I mean, I would never reject it, but like,
晴天，你去跟摄制组开会吧。
那我走了。
我拿拍摄计划。文叔哥，你经常健身吗？
oh.
是。我先走了。
See, I'm still trying to gauge where the brother where his feelings are towards Wen Shu, because this is the second time that he like sees him. I think the other time was when they were touring the the coffee places, and he walked in and he felt like shy. Like I think he felt shy because he's gay and he sees a naked guy. Like I don't think it was necessarily because it was Wen Shu. But then I'm wondering if like maybe there is, but it's just like repressed a little bit or suppressed because he feels like an obligation to love and hope that his lover who's in the hospital will wake up one day. Like if I was in his situation, I'd feel guilty for having attractions to other people, but like inevitably I think as humans over time that might happen. So right now it's a little unknown to us, I think, whether he like is liking Wen Shu, because he's very casual the way he is like rooting for him and Qinglong. But then and he's so innocent about it. So I wonder how they, if they choose to, how they end up like directing the emotions of Qing Tian to like understand his emotions towards Wen Shu a little bit more. Because it's very brotherly. Okay, Qinglong. Oh my god. Why would he send it? Oh, he can't. No. Oh. The picture is not loading. Oh, honey, we've all been there. See, this also proves, because some people were talking from episode 10 about like the intentions of Qinglong, and I definitely agree with the majority that like he did it out of love, right? It's like when you love a butterfly, you don't hold it too tight, you let it go and it'll find its way, right? Like he did it. Do I think it was the right choice? No, not necessarily. I said that in my reaction, but like he did it because he cares. He did it because he loves. But now he's acting like, right? Like he's acting, I'm gonna use the word pathetic, but like in a good way, right? Like you're doing this for a man in the best way possible. Like I think it's really cute. And he's going into the darkness. That's a good symbolism. Is him carrying the power bank also kind of maybe insinuating that he's been trying this for a long time? Like hours, potentially, to get this connection. Or maybe it's just that he has it all the time. But I like to think that he's... Now he's getting more connection. So he's going back to... Private message to YGG Lu, which is, I believe, the sister's Twitter account or like a Weibo account. Send that photo you took that night to Xu Changyang. Because Changyang is smart enough to know. That teacup. he feels it's interesting, and I'm like, I know that a lot of us don't speak English as a first language, so I'm trying to be like very explanatory with how I describe things, but like this scene here, it's positioned Qinglong as him being very solitudal, which I think essentially just means lonely. But like it's a very calm type of lonely. Like it's not necessarily sad, it's somber, but it's not, it just feels this. But like that one picture removed that solitude from him. Like it's almost like even though he is physically lonely, like the spirit and emotions of Changyang just kind of consumed him, and he felt this joy. Like even before he knew what the picture from Wen Shu was, he knew that the picture was of Changyang, which I think is, it's like a beautiful way to encapsulate that you can be physically alone, but it doesn't mean you're lonely. And now that he's seen the picture, he's settled down, he's sort of, gotten rid of the overstimulation of the emotions. Now it's settling back into this loneliness, solitudal thing, and he feels even sadder because he realizes he misses him. He realizes he's like, miss him. Like, I miss him. And it's so pure. And that's why he's drinking tea, because the tea is Changyang. The tea is... Like, if they break up, I will bet you that I don't think Qinglong can drink tea. Like, I would not be able to. Okay. I love the HUD. Like, I think it's a beautiful place. And the creaking. We never hear the creaking in other shows, but it's so goddamn true. The director did a really great job. I want to look this up. I think the director is a woman. And I want to see if I'm right. Because there is something about this show that, like, if it's a man, I'll give him the credit. But, like, it feels very... Like, I can't explain it. Is... Lizzie. It's a woman. It's a woman. I can't explain it because I don't, like, there's just something divine about the representation of emotions and senses and sound that I think majority of the time it can only really be captured by directors who are women. Like, I think that there's just certain emotions and takeaways that I think male directors just don't have a lot of strength in conveying. This is, like, it's one of them. Like, the attention to detail is spot on. So he was looking a little off. Oh.
哎，姐，朗弟回来了。不过他说综艺之前他不想接通告，
一个个都不想接，逼我站台是吧？
Han Lu
你怎么回事啊？
looks better. I'm not saying that he didn't look good, but I like his face looks a little different.
狗哥，
Like
我
time
问你
has
件事，
passes.
在南楼片场的时候，你有没有给我发过消息？
南楼片场什么消息啊？
那场戏我演不好，导演给我讲了很多。
狗哥，
手机借我用一下，看一下刚才拍的花絮。
想看我们家陆秀直说。
下一个。
后来导演让我准备再拍，我就收到了你发给我的消息。
这条消息啊，是我发的。
So how you sent the message, essentially attacking himself, being right, like, you know that he's not a good person, you know that he's doing to trigger the emotions in Hanlu. Which is interesting because when that whole scene came up, we were talking about the idea of doing something good without consulting, or some, like, the plot of that scene, and how we were talking about him knowing that the person is bad, but you're kind of just accepting it, but you finally come to terms with it. How you did a good thing here. If I'm like clocking and making sense of the gaps in the right way, like how you essentially understood the bigger picture of how Hanlu was feeling and how he knows that he's not really a trustworthy guy. And he went forward and essentially harmed himself in order to have Hanlu perform better. And now Brother Gao is lying. Which is interesting that he is. Do what you say what you do.
姐，我终于知道韩露为什么不肯跟齐浩宇一起参加双人活动了。你知道吗？在南楼剧组，齐浩宇竟然拿我的手机给韩露发了一条消息，骂自己。韩露这就知道。
Okay, I'm so happy I clocked this before they told us, because okay.
齐浩宇跟公司签对赌协议的事。我的天哪，他为了让韩露入戏，竟用这么下作的手段，拿我的手机去给他发消息。
Wait, is
他
that
不会觉得自己特别牛逼吧？关键是，姐，你怎么一点不着急啊？
烫。韩露问是不是你发的，你怎么讲的？
还得是我，我灵机一动，我当下我就承认了。为了公司利益，我必须慷慨赴死。这锅要是让齐浩宇给背了，啊呸，这本来就是他惹的祸。但是这件事儿千万不能进我们陆的心里啊！我们陆这孩子人又单纯又善良又重感情，你说这事儿虽然不大吧，但是像一根刺一样啊，扎在心里拔出来，好痛。哎姐，你看我这段怎么样？像不像影帝？
糊涂。
Girl.
这么机智的危机公关，怎么糊涂了？
你想想，如果是兰姐的话，会怎么做？别想了，这个事儿交给姐。你先把朗弟按住，让他好好休息1个月。他跟石宇豪的综艺是他自己的选择，我尊重他。你可以跟他说，如果后悔了，随时解约，公司给他兜底。去吧，去吧。
What would she say? What would she say? Something about the goodness in everybody, right? And like how you have ill intentions as we're portraying here, or like benefit of the doubt, something like that.
你现在接受不了，我很理解，因为我也是从你的年纪走过来的。不想参加活动就缓一缓，等心情好些了再回头看。我不劝你，你也别劝自己。心往哪个方向使劲，就跟着它走。
Babes. It must be triggering to hear. Yeah, like, because he was there.
洛，那条消息不是我发的，刚才骗你只是怕影响你跟浩宇的活动。对不起。
Told the truth。
兰姐刚才托我给你捎几句话，我发给你。
果哥，你不用说对不起，我相信公司给我的自由和宽容，我会配合参加活动。
Interesting. I'm interested to hear how other people are finding how you in this situation. Obviously, I don't know what happens down the line, but I kind of thought that was a nice thing. Well, not a nice thing, but it was. I don't know. I'm.
让你放下徜徉，是不是比找到后悔药还难？
This is the
交给
mother.
时间吧。
See, now the teapot is black. Before it was red.
世界就像一张巨网，我在一个点上跳动，就会引发全世界的震动。
Yeah.
然后就会有人因为震动掉下去。妈，有些事儿我再也不敢做了。
Don't say fall in love.
如果你3世的妈妈还在，她会跟你说什么？
勇敢是最虚无的词，很多人一生都在被鼓励要勇敢，却没人知道该做什么。因为大家以为的勇敢是对别人、对喜欢的人表白，对讨厌的事说不。
Embracing yourself.
实际上，勇敢只需要真实的面对自己。恐惧敢于承认。
Girl, she's hitting a little too hard. He's so right, though.
害怕，爱敢于接受现实，这就是勇敢。勇敢不一定是强扭的瓜，它应该是无限生长的藤蔓，结得出硕果累累。
无限生长。
But I will say, like, just because we're on the topic of queerness and bravery and love, I think two things can exist at once. Because to me, bravery could be to come out and be who you are and be affectionate with your lover. The way that I openly talk about my boyfriend and my lover, I think in some degree that's bravery, because there used to be a time where I couldn't even say the word boyfriend without feeling ashamed, etc. But to me, there's also bravery in not coming out and enduring a lot of internal guilt and decisions to, you know, there are people in this world who do not have the opportunity or the privilege or even the right to come out and be brave. And I just want everyone to know that, like, bravery can take so many different forms. I have a friend who is trans, who, since high school, she's been very comfortable knowing that she's never going to come out to her family. When she goes back home to her country, she chooses to not identify as a woman during that period of time. And a lot of people have told her, it's like, oh, you need to be brave. You need to stand up for who you are. Like, how can you not be brave? And her answer is always, right, like, if I choose to be brave, in your words, I'm dead. So it's a lot more complicated than that. In this context, I'm still struggling with knowing what's right, because obviously I'm like, yes, Qinglong, choose love, choose to be with Changyang, because obviously you both want that. But he has a really good analogy, right? The ripple effect. Like, this doesn't just involve him, this involves his mom, his grandmother, his brother, the people he works with. Like, there's so many people outside of the two of them that are impacted about this. Now, they could say, screw them, we're just gonna come out and do that. But I am still grappling with whether that's the right choice here. So I can see why he's conflicted. So he got up pretty hastily.
天儿，你这采茶技术可以啊。我不行，常阳在，他采茶炒茶才是一绝。
He has the red
哎，我们在
teacup
这上面
now.
做个采访吧。行。
Maybe there's more of them. So cute!
天儿，你一个城里孩子，是什么契机让你忽然想来茶山的呀？
从前我得过重度抑郁，偶然的一个机会让我来到这儿。当我踩在茶园的泥土上的时候，我就感觉飘忽不定的那些东西都落地了。站在这里，就感觉像茶树一样，扎扎实实的生长下去。我听当地人讲说，茶树地上多高，地下的根就有多深。我明白了，人的生命不只有一个方向，它可以像茶树一样，向两极延展，去无限生长。
That was a great answer.
好，
I love that he mentioned depression.
如果江导的问题太敏感，我告诉他回避一些。
不用，不想说的我自己回避。
早点睡。
Oh.
住一个房间，肯定不行啊。
Now I think Han Lu is actually gonna.
洛，喝吗？
不喝，谢谢。
Oh no, he is upset.
哥，你干嘛不自己送啊？
你没见他白天都不搭理我吗？
你是又做什么亏心事儿了吧？
哥，你就帮我敲个门，把壶送给他就行，啥都不用说。
Another red tea.
谁呀？我。
哥，我送你了。
这壶挺贵吧？
哥有钱。
什么时候分我点儿？对赌赢了，够你买多少壶？
买多少壶？你等我算算啊。
秦浩宇，你真不觉得自己很龌龊吗？
从哪说起？
从你不配合活动开始，就已经开局了吧？
我挺配合活动。
秦浩宇，你真拿我当傻子是吗？割席，不回消息，找骂，再反转，假装醒。你利用我制造热搜，热搜之前。 先跟公司签杂志对赌，秦浩宇，你玩爽了是吧？就连演戏的时候也要拿果哥的手机发消息来刺激我。从头到尾，你到底拿我当什么？工具人吗？还是工具？连人都不算？
扯远了，扯远了。 我不也是为咱们的未来考虑吗？既能赚钱，又能摆脱公司控制，多牛逼啊！哎，你不觉得就像咱俩演电影一样吗？也是冉琪这个人物写得好，又从他身上学到不少。好了，晚上别生气了，俺带你去吃好吃的。你很自豪做的这些事儿，一本杂志对赌就够咱俩吃喝一辈子。
说过要跟你吃喝一辈子了。
哎呀，傻的鸭子！
你才是鸭子，
滚！
还想制造热搜，先跟我签对赌。如果我们之间只能有利用和利益，那就纯粹一些，把分成比例写进合同里。
Yeah, maybe I was wrong about how you. What happened? Why did we hear car sounds? He's in a roundabout, whatever you called him in English, because he's not sure what direction to take. So he's clearly still conflicted, but he's clearly loving the Prophet. I think Han Lu loves him, which makes him feel pathetic because he's like, why do I love this guy that's clearly only interested in the Prophet? Which is also why I think he was like, let's put in the contract. Because then he gets the certainty of, oh, everything that we're doing is just the contract. How you acting in that scene could have been a little bit better, in my opinion. Or it just felt a little like acting. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, Qing Long and Chang Yang, like, the actors do such a great job of like, making it feel very realistic. Same with Wen Shu and Qing Tian. But when it comes to Han Lu and Hao Yu, feels a little stiff on the acting. Like, you can tell that they're acting even when they're not supposed to act. So, maybe it's just me that feels a little bit of a disconnection there.
秦朗
His shirt is out.
秦朗 秦朗
No, the door is locked.
秦朗
What? Oh, he thought he was gonna do something? I swear to God, if you take any pictures, I can't do anything from here, but I will judge you.
如果我现在说我后悔了，肯定不会信吧？
And it also wouldn't matter. Like, if you stab me in the back and say, I regretted it, well, the stab wound is still gonna be there, sir. And not only did you stab me once, like, at this point, he stabbed him, like, 753 times.
那就让你觉得录综艺时我想翻红吧。
You did.
其实我就是想给自己失败的过去留下一点。
So you want to be able to look back at a variety show that you blackmailed someone to agree on and essentially got him to end his relationship potentially with his boyfriend. Nah.
还敢直视的记忆吧。
I don't have any sympathy for you. Remember how earlier in the episodes he was saying his name? Now he's saying Changyang. In a positive way. Well, slightly negative, I suppose, because he misses him.
你还记得那年我们杀青之后各自回家，我家这边下雪了，你家那边没有雪。然后你跟我说你特别喜欢雪，我就拍给你看。那时候我们每天都会打4、5个小时的电话，一直到你睡着。但那时候你还不知道我有女朋友。其实我也挺矛盾的。还记得我当时跟你说，我说，要是你那个时候突然消失了，我会一辈子都忘不掉你。挺幼稚的吧？当时看不清爱谁，就喜欢用死亡来给爱的人排名。
That's actually a pretty common way to think about love.
其实我一直都挺不自信的。
Oh, really?
但我对你一直都特别自信，因为我太知道你有多重感情了。我一直觉得，无论你飞得多高多远，我在你心里都是第1名的位置。
That is a dangerous thing to think.
但是我
You just kept hurting him.
我没有想到这个第1名这个位置会被另一个人占据。现在我死在你面前，你也不会在意吧？
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's like his watch and it says 2033 something 3 something 2. Maybe it's the date. Or he's recording, maybe, I don't know. I do like how they're portraying him. Do I like him? No, I don't. I quite honestly don't have any sympathy for him. But it's refreshing to have a nuanced character in the show that is objectively a pretty bad person. But he is very emotionally everywhere, and he feels very guilty about himself. And he kind of regrets a lot of decisions, as he should, right? Because his life didn't turn out for great, because he seemed to have been making some pretty bad decisions throughout his life. But he still feels very nuanced and complicated and emotional. I like that. Now, thinking that you can treat someone however you want because you think you'll always be their #1 person, that is manipulative AF. And I'm happy that Qinlong is no longer having to worry about that. So we're removing the thorns from a cactus. I still think he's conflicted. And I think he has the time. Wait. Okay, it's the same number on the watch, so my guess is that it's the date. Like it's set in 2033. It's either March or February.
哥哥要一个这种角度的。
行。
Did he dye his hair, or is it just the lighting?
哎，看我，好看。你看怎么样？
给我修一下。
可以啊。
Touch it up for me, I guess, yeah. But he looks pretty earthy. Is that how you with the
看你心
hand?
情不错呀。
当然，甩人可比演戏少。
挺不懂，但这个角度还不错，高攀。
好，
来。
He doesn't feel sad at all. He seems a little sad.
嗨，方便认识一下，加个。
我是他经纪人，加我吧。
你是明星？
你不追星吧？
正在追呢。哎，要不？
啊，可以。
谢谢。
没事。
Who is this man? He's a lot older than Han Lu. I
金
don't
总，
like
第一
that.
次见您这样的投资人，不看项目书，不看剧本，我还以为我穿越到短剧的剧情里了。
Wait, I'm so sorry. I have to go back.
"金总，第一次见您这样的投资人，不
Oh,
看
that's
项目
him.
书，不看剧本，我还以为我穿越到短剧的剧情里了。说实话，您这样的钱，我们不敢收。
怕不干净。
违背投资逻辑。
Yeah.
我们做项目，不是什么样的钱都要啊。当然，不是说您的钱有问题。
那我们可以多
It's. I also think it comes from a perspective when you take more investor money, they get more influence over the direction of the projects, who gets cast. And it seems like their agency is very keen on keeping it in-house, but also keeping the creativity and freedom. So directly having investors, I mean, we saw it in Payback, if you saw Payback, but like investors get a lot of power.
是我莽撞了。
So this man just sees Han Lu take a picture in the cafe. He's like, I like that man. Finds out he's a celebrity and now wants to invest in the company. Where do people have this kind of money?
我女儿。
Oh, he doesn't care about the daughter. He cares about who she's with. Why have we not seen Chang Yang in this episode? Barely at all.
你综艺结束了。
Is that also kind of... Because as an audience now, we miss him too. The only time we really saw him was when he was on the picture that we were trying to get from Wen Shu when Qinglong was out in the woods. So are they trying to sort of replicate? I think they are. I think they're trying to make us miss him as much as Qinglong, or at least to some degree, because I miss
我是不是应该把房
him.
子收回来？哪儿写的是你房子啊？我住过的就是我的。
Oh, he's kind of going back to his old mannerisms.
你们今天不拍摄？江导带人拍空镜，你不来，我们下午也要转场。
许大老板都会专业术语了。
哥，你录完综艺说话怎么变味儿了？
Yeah.
什么味儿？火药味儿。你被石宇豪关枪药了？
还行，没有特别不舒服。你们下一站去哪儿？
往磨练深处走，你去吗？
不去，我守在这儿。
So
你
they
接下来不
haven't.
工作了？
So his variety show was 2 months. So presumably it's been over 2 months.
一推，反正有许大老板当靠山，我又不缺钱。泡茶，我渴了。
你不说综艺，我还以为你接了一个短剧，演了一个小混混。你要自己住在这儿？当我没问。文书哥，我们去买补给。你要吃啥？我给你带。 够你7天口粮。想蹭饭去师傅家找师娘，或者找小黑、阿扎媳妇儿。反正你都认识，在魔猎待着，倒饿不死你。我们收拾完走啦。
Does he know how to cook yet? I remember him not knowing how to cook in earlier episodes.
我想吃竹虫。
Oh, honey. Did he hit himself? Wait, we're somewhere else, no? That's not the same bed. Are we dreaming? His foot seems fine now. Oh, it is the hut. If Changyan's there, how would he know? And I thought he'd be in... I think people said he was in... Oh.
对不起，您拨叫的用户暂时无法接通，请稍后再拨。Sorry, the subscriber you dialed is not reachable. Please try later.
Please try later. I never noticed the fish. Don't tell me there's tea.
选哪一个？我都要，只能选一个。
It's a dream, right? Oh, babes. And I bet you your foot's still hurting. Smiling through the pain. was gonna say that didn't look like it was a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, moving on. Why did he emulate the kid? That was kind of cute.
阿扎，
哎，大明星到了，啥时候回来的？
昨天。
脚崴了。
嗯。我想问你有没有茶油？家里之前的用完了。
有，我一会儿打电话让阿丽给你送过去，你搁家等着就行。
行，谢谢阿扎。干活呢？
啊操，干不完这活，不知道谁家孩子把我家竹子放倒一片，一会儿还得回去收拾。
I'm like, I wonder who did that.
瘸子还跑这么快？
How did the oil already get there? I mean, assumingly he went somewhere else before he went back. Oh. I think the sprained ankle is a great symbolism of like the burden that he's carrying because they're apart. Because he hasn't even lifted his own suitcase up the stairs without a sprained ankle. Because Changyang always did it. Now, not only does he have to carry up the suitcase by himself, but he's also carrying this additional pain. Like at this point, I'd just leave it downstairs. I love the hangers and how they're woody. Oh, boy, you sat on your phone. Okay. So there's a reason, I think, why this episode is longer, and I think we're gonna figure it out now. Oh, he is. Those who can see know. What about people?
全是眼皮。唉。
That was a really nice clip to the morning. Sleeping with jeans on is crazy.
快回来吧！你看你自己生活啥玩意儿？脚咋又受伤了呢？没自理能力，咱就老实等人伺候啊！
不回。
Jesus. Hey, Wenshu, what do we want?
我让楚秘书过去照顾你吧。
不用。
都说了不用不用。
Wait.
我过去照顾你吧。
That was Changyang.
不用。
都说了不用不用。
He's gonna completely ignore him. Oh.
你一个人行吗？
在你眼里我是废物是吗？
除了演戏，我还是过去吧，或者你回上京，我不打扰你。
石宇豪，别以为录2月综艺我们就成好朋友了。别忘了7年前那场见面会，你是怎么薅我脖领子，怎么在台上故意惹我，又怎么样用心机提纯的，现在又来贴，见不见呢？滚！
And the whole thing with the sister. Pick up. Boy.
长阳的手机是不是放家里没拿，在他妹妹那儿？
不能吧？上次照片是他自己发的。
有可能在身上吗？
按理训练的时候不能用手机。
对不起，您拨叫的用户暂时无法接通，请稍后再拨。Sorry, the subscriber you dialed
Is not available. But here's the thing, Changyang knows that it's his bed in the HUD.
我们嘉兰山应算不上大公司，做的都是一些小项目。您的气息跟我们公司相投，我真的是非常的高兴。但是我们公司的艺人，我不做主，他们有自己的想法，也有自己的主权。
He's just looking at Hanlu the whole time.
我的瓜不甜。
方哥，您别太着急，咱们来日方长。
Like, why was Hanlu even there in their, like, business conversation? Oh, it's the grandmother!
外婆，我脚受伤了。
说啥？
好看。
你猜，谁给外婆买的？
当年。
俊俊呀，俊俊从国外给外婆订的，邮了2个多月才到。那个破邮局，一开始还给送错地方了。昨天啊，我给俊俊打电话查单号，今天才找到，是不是特好看？
外婆，你昨天什么时候跟俊俊打的电话呀？
晚上啊，哎，不说了，外婆要去跳广场舞了。
I love her. She's so whimsical, like in the best way possible. That better be a one man and one man only.
让你去家里边，你也不去啊？还得麻烦我给你送过来，明天去家里边吃。来，拿着。
谢谢阿长。
He didn't lock the door. another dream or hallucination. You forgot to lock the door. So I love the green sweater he's got going on. The heartbeat pump. He's not there, is he?
我远方的茶山，隔千万里望着他的海。姬宗君破土的时候，山珍可比你一切海味。
From episode 1.
对方用户已挂断，请您在低声后留言。
有一个人族的母亲，从幼虎嘴里救下了自己的孩子，她被人类奉为伟大的母亲。但幼虎失去食物，丧命。每一种保护都只会站在自己的立场里，对错的评判只是立场不同。但伟大的母亲依然值得敬畏。何时
From when Changyang leaked that video. So we're kind of weaving the connections through here. But he's not there.
"可以用霹雳手段，但你用我的刀之前经过我同意了吗？网盘里的视频，兰姐存了7年都没发，真不想发，为什么不删？你很理性，理性让我害怕。就算理由再充分，你随手开一枪，杀的是我最亲的人。
你冷静点。
他实现了少年时候的心愿，从16岁遇到爱的人开始，一直走到26岁、36岁，最后走到116岁，100年，在这人世跟爱人走过100个春夏秋冬，是能载入史册的幸福了。
按他这么算，我要活到118岁。
They never touched. And I will say, I loved how some of the episode names were weaved throughout this scene. Like we had the drone, we had the mask. Like it was kind of like very reminiscent of their relationship. But he was never there. That was a really well executed scene. Why is the shirt there? His foot is not hurting. His foot wasn't hurting. So his foot not hurting can mean two things. Changyang was actually there last night and put that serum oil on it, on top of the lips. But how did he get there? I feel like they intentionally did not give us the clarity because it's gonna come in episode 12. That's what I'm gonna stick with because we end it sort of halfway through. So that's what I'm gonna presume here. Or we have the moment. You're right. I forget that we have another scene.
谁的鬼丈夫回来了？骗人鬼！跟我哥拍张合照我就行吗？
徐张扬，我跟你说过，我们回到原点吧。
Bro, you are lying your ass off. You've been missing him the whole time. Ugh. Oh. What saddens me is, like, clearly this whole episode, Qinglong has been hurting. He's been hurting, he's been sad, all because he's missing Changyang. Like, it's very clear that he loves him and he misses him. And the moment he's back, he feels guilty, right? And he's, like, acting like he really is trying to push Changyang away because he's like, if you are close with me, that ripple effect, you're gonna get impacted by it. Like, I'm gonna be the reason you don't accomplish your dream, you don't go to the military school. So he's still prioritizing that over his own feelings. And Qinglong, just communicate. You guys, I just need you to have a conversation, get on the same page, and then love each other for the next 98 or 97 years, okay? That's what I need. Thank you all so much for watching. I cannot believe we only have, is it 4 or 5 episodes left? I swear to God. They better have a happy ending. We don't know yet, I think. I don't think the episode is out yet, so. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode. Bye-bye.